Today I'll be showing off a product from one of the fastest growing and one of my personal favourite product categories right now, and that's open-ear earbuds, and more specifically this clip-on style. This is Soundcore's new AeroClip, and if you're not familiar with this relatively new style of earbud, then I definitely think you'll find this video interesting, because you might find this is the exact type of earbud you've been looking for. For full disclosure, Soundcore sent these over for me to make an honest review, but they didn't get copy approval. I made this video independently, so they're seeing it for the first time just like you. Here's everything you need to know. Firstly, in the box you get the earbuds in their case, a couple of attachable rubber grips, a USB A to C charging cable, and the usual paperwork. So the charging case is pretty typical from what you'd expect of a regular pair of earbuds. It's nice and compact, and the earbuds snap in and out really nicely with some strong magnets. The earbuds themselves also take on a pretty typical shape for a clip-on earbud, though the materials and finish are quite nice here. This is the black version, but you can also get them in this really nice white colour, and I believe there's a pink and brown version available too. You wear these by sliding them over your ears and down to sit just above or on your earlobes, and this places the speaker directly over the ear canal. The fit is one of the biggest advantages to this style of earbud because it's universal, but there are subtle nuances to get right in terms of how secure and comfortable the fit is, which I think Soundcore nails. The earbuds flex to accommodate different ear shapes and sizes. They're quick to get into position, and I find them very comfortable once in place. They're lightweight at just under 6 grams, so they sit quite seamlessly in place. You don't need to worry about getting a tight or secure seal in the ear. There's nothing in your ear at all, so there's no discomfort from that and no faffing over getting the right ear tips or anything. There's nothing hooking over your ears to cause irritation there either, so they're great for glasses wearers, and ever since I started wearing this clip-on style, it quickly became apparent that this is one of my favourite ways to listen to music. By its very nature, it keeps your ears open to your surroundings, so you can maintain spatial awareness, which is great for safety, comfort, and there's no fatigue from being sort of immersed in your own world with earbuds plugging your ears. You don't ever feel the need to snap back to reality because you're always in it. It's a design I think that most people will be able to wear for hours and hours with no problems at all. Comfort is of course subjective, and I can foresee someone finding that these do actually cause some ear fatigue if they're clamping a bit tighter. I just think for most people they will be really good, and for me it takes a good 5 hours or more of wearing them for me to start to really notice. I especially like wearing these walking outdoors and running. In fact, they're an excellent gym companion because you've got a pretty much unshakable fit. They don't move or fall out or any of the issues most regular earbuds suffer from, and they've got an IPX4 protection rating against light splashes. If for whatever reason you don't find the fit is stable or secure, then you can attach those included rubber grips to further improve the stability. I just didn't find the need to myself. For the controls, these use touch controls as opposed to buttons, and I found they're very responsive even when they're wet. You simply tap on the band section of the earbud, and the touch sensitive area is large enough that it's easy to find. You have 2 gestures on either side, double and triple tap, so some may find this quite restrictive. You can't fit that many gestures on at once, but at least there's little chance of accidental touches. Customization over the gestures is pretty good in the app. The only thing missing for me is wearing detection. Now obviously this was added to earbuds so people could quickly take one out, pause their music automatically, and then be able to hear their surroundings. AeroClip being an open earbud, you wouldn't need to do this, you could just leave them in place. But I'd still like to have had the option of wearing detection personally. Looking at the spec sheet, it's pretty decent. We've got the latest Bluetooth 5.4, multi-point, and a solid 8-hour battery life. Multipoint is that instant switching or hijack version as well, which lots of people like. Your audio will instantly switch source as soon as you press play on the other connected device. Codecs are limited compared to regular earbuds, but I don't think are important for open ear designs. It's not as though you could hear those intricate details that high-res codecs can offer anyway. But to be critical, I would have liked to have seen wireless charging, Google Fast Pair, and maybe some kind of hands-free voice assistant would have been nice as well. These use the Soundcore app, which has some great equalizer options. I'll talk about those more later. You can also configure multipoints in your connected devices, find my earbuds, the kind that plays a loud sound through them as opposed to GPS tracking, and finally adjust the prompt tones, auto power off time, and update the firmware.
I think with open earbuds, there's this misconception that the mic quality should be bad. Or at least that's what you might expect, since with your ears open to the noise in your environment, you wouldn't necessarily expect them to be picking up your voice effectively. But this is an example from a real phone call. We've got a lot of background noise and a lot of wind noise, and I think they sound pretty good. They use AI voice isolation tech to capture your voice and try to minimize those background sounds. And I think if phone calls are a priority to you, then these are definitely a viable option.
And finally, let's talk about sound quality, which is perhaps AeroClip's single greatest strength. Typically, open earbuds suffer from a lack of immersion and certainly a lack of bass, but that's not the case here, and I've been pleasantly surprised with the sound quality these can deliver. There's a really rich sound here with great clarity and loads of ways to customize the sound as well. Soundcore offers a bunch of EQ options in the app, including custom modes, a bass booster, and even a volume booster. Open earbuds often don't have the loudest max volume and can struggle to compete with noise in a loud environment. To be honest, some may still find this to be an issue here, though I didn't personally. But the volume boost EQ makes a big difference, and that might actually be very important in setting these apart from the competitors. In terms of the sound leakage, yes, you do get some here as with any open earbuds, but these do actually do a pretty good job of minimizing it. These are definitely one of the best sounding open earbuds I've ever tested, certainly where the low end and bass is concerned. I'm reluctant to say the very best. I want to test out all of the competitors first, and there are lots of options these days. So if you want to see a roundup video of all of the best open ear and clip-on style earbuds, then do let me know in the comments. Soundcore's AeroClip retail for $129.99, which I think is very reasonable. Soundcore has a good track record of nailing the performance to price ratio, and these undercut competitors from Bose and Huawei by quite a lot. They're not a perfect product, there are a few features I'd want to see added, but the value on offer here is excellent, and they're certainly competing for the title of best open earbuds on the market right now. One of the questions you might have is how do they stack up against Soundcore's slightly cheaper C40i? And for me, it's a no-brainer. AeroClip has a better design that's less bulky and more comfortable. It has better battery life, better call quality, but crucially, much better sound quality. This is the deal breaker for me, and it's just so much richer in quality. The C40i sound a little bit tinny by comparison. The one thing I'd say for the C40i is that you might prefer the physical button controls. They give you more gestures to control your music. But for me that's not enough, and the AeroClip more than justify their higher price, and it may be even worth upgrading to if you have the C40i already. So that's been our look at Soundcore's new AeroClip. Let me know what you think of them down in the comments. If you found this video helpful, then please give it a like. Do also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when more videos like this one go live. And thank you very much for watching, I'll see you in the next one.